Yeah, guys, could you hear me now? Now it is clear, right? Okay, done. So in the last class, we are discussing about the Power BI, and I have given the introduction to Power BI, and along with that, I have shown you the installation of Power BI. So I assume that everyone has installed the Power BI, right? Yesterday, have you installed? So just by using the what are the Microsoft Store is there, in that you have to select the app called as Power BI, and just you have to click on the install, and it will be installed, right? And it is very simple. Now coming to the Power BI. So once you have installed the Power BI desktop, now just you have to click on the Power BI desktop. What are the software you have installed? Just you can click on that. And once you click on that, now you are going to get a user interface like this. Now what is meant by user interface means first screen. What are the screen you are going to see now? That is called as user interface. You are going to get a user interface in this way. Now here you can load the data through various sources. Like you can get the data from different sources. Once you click on the this get data from sources, you can get the data from the various sources like this. In this MySQL database is also included. So you can directly load the data from the database. In between, for example, if you have done any kind of cleaning or anything, after cleaning, you are going to store that one in the Excel sheet, and that Excel sheet you are going to load here. Otherwise, if you want to connect directly to the database, means directly you can connect that to the database in this way by clicking on this. And here it is going to ask this connector requires one or more additional components to be installed before it can be used. Means it is asking as a connector. There will be some connectors, and that connectors has to be installed. So that connectors and everything will be available in the paid versions. In the free versions, you will not get these kind of connectors. Now, once you have connected to the data, so here either you can connect to the SQL server or Excel sheet or anything. Okay. So see here, it is asking in terms of for SQL server, what is the server address and what is the database name. So similarly in the MySQL also, it will ask the local host address. And along with that, what is the database name? Inside that, you might have multiple databases. Inside the MySQL, you may have multiple. So you can connect. So to whichever you want to connect, you can connect the data. Now here, one of the important point to be noted within the Power BI is, so here you have to write every step in the notes. There is no particular PPT to show you the options. What are the options? Click on this, like this. I have to tell now. What are the options I am saying to you? Every option you have to write clearly in the notes. There is no separate PPT because it is a tool. It is not like some kind of theoretical part or some coding part. So it is a tool now. Tool means options will be available. Just we have to click on the options. Now, so in the Power BI, what are the Power BI we are having? 1 minute. As everyone knows, your data analytics project, how the data analytics project will be included and everything. Let us keep this one side. Now in the Power BI, we are having ETL. ETL. Here itself, the ETL is included. What is ETL means? Extract, transform, and load. Right? Extract, transform, and load. Now, what is meant by extract? Extract means extract the data from the database. Extract the data from database or any data source from your data source. That might be example as Excel, CSV, or it can be even MySQL, that is SQL file or something. Extract the data from the database is called as extract. Now, that is the meaning of extract. Now, what is the meaning of transform? Transform is, next one is called as transform. Now, what is meant by transform is convert. Convert. So convert the data means here you are going convert the data is called as transform. So in this only you are going to do the data cleaning. Okay, dimension reduction, or if required, you are going to add a new column also, adding a new column. If required, you may add a new column. For example, they have given you the selling price and buying price. Profit column will not be there. You have to create a profit column. Profit column is equal to selling price minus buying price. So you are going to add a new column. So you are going to do the data cleaning, okay, or dimension reduction. That is number of columns you are going to reduce, or you are going to add the columns if required. Add a new column if required. All these things, whatever the modification, simply to say transform means data modification, means raw data, whatever they have given to us, we are going to do the modification. Data modification comes under transform. Any data modification comes under transform. Whatever you are doing, that is called as transform basically. And finally, load means load the clean data for your analysis. What is the meaning of load? Means load the clean data for your analysis, for your final work, whatever the analysis work is there. That is the one. Okay, so this is the thing. Extract, transform, load within the Power BI means this is the meaning. Extract, transform, load for data engineers, it is different. For data engineers, it is different. For data analyst, ETL within the Power BI or in the Tableau, it is different. Here, we are going to extract this one. For data engineers, what happens means they are going to extract the data from the various sources, and finally they have to keep all the data into the company's database. That is their work. Their analysis will not be there, presentation will not be there, data cleaning will not be there, nothing will be there. But for our work, it is completely different, right? Now, this is the meaning of extract, transform, load. Okay. So now, if you can directly extract the data from your SQL directly into the Power BI itself, in the Power BI itself, you can do the data cleaning and you can do the dimension reduction, or what unimportant columns you can drop, which are not important, you can delete them. At the same time, finally, you can have in terms of load the clean data for your analysis purpose. Like this, we can work, right? Now, so now coming back, so extract, transform, and load, where we are going to do all these things. Now, next step is here, I'm going to load the data from the Excel. In my case, I'm loading the data from the Excel, and what are the data I'm going to load is called as, it is related to HR data. Okay. So this is one of the data set, and we'll work one more data set also. First, I'll start with the simple data set for simple understanding purpose. Okay. And we'll go with one more project. So this is HR data. Now, what are the data was given to me? That Excel sheet. I'm going to load here. Now here I have to click on the load or transformer. That will be decided. If it is a raw data means transform. If it is a clean data means load. Okay. So if you want to do the data cleaning within the Power BI means you have to click on the transform. Then you can do the data cleaning within the Power BI. If you already are loading the clean data means no need to click on the transform. Directly you can click on the load itself. And here. Now, before starting any Power BI project, after data cleaning and before starting the analysis work, after cleaning, after data cleaning, and before data analysis, what we have to do? Before data analysis, what we have to do? So once your data cleaning was completed, that is step 3. Step 3 is called as data pre-processing. In the data pre-processing, what are the things you are going to do? Data cleaning, dimension reduction, if future transformation, I mean converting the skew data to normal distribution data or adding a new column as per the requirement. This all comes under data pre-processing. And after data pre-processing, after data pre-processing, data pre-processing, store the data, store the data as cleaned data, store the data as clean data. Okay. Okay. And sir, whatever we done in the Python data cleaning, all the things we can do in the Power BI also now. Yes, exactly. We can do everything we can do, right? Now, after data pre-processing, the store the data as a clean data. Okay, clean data like cleaned dot xlx file, something like this you are going to store. Example purpose I'm writing. Name is your choice. Now, once after data cleaning was completed, now we have to move on to the step 4. What is the step 4 is data analysis. Our step 4 is data analysis. Now, I told you earlier, what is meant by data analysis means applying the various questions. So here what we have to do, and before your data analysis, what we have to do means first create some questions. That is the first step which we have to do. Without questions, we can't do anything. Sir, questions are not there, but what I have to do now means nothing will be there. Whatever the you have to do some kind of practice means you require some task means some questions. If I share the questions, you are going to do that one. Otherwise you have to create the questions. If the for example, in the last class I told you that Seaborn tips data set, I asked you to practice on this. Some students will practice whatever I have discussed in the class. Some students will wait for my questions. Sir, you told that you will share the questions. No sir, we are waiting for that. Some students they will only create some questions. They will only extract some data, they will only collect some data, and they will only form the some questions. Here the students who are identifying the data set and forming their own questions now, that is more important. Who will depend on the trainer questions? Sir, you share the questions, sir, then only will work. Miss, they are dependents basically. Okay, whether the persons who are dependent or whether the persons who are doing on their own, in the both the scenarios, point is common is first frame the questions, first create some questions. This is common. For that questions only we are going to do the analysis. First create some questions, and for that questions, what are the questions you have created, do the analysis. Okay, now if you select the data and if you only creating the questions, means you are having of self-dependent. We can't create a data set, sample data set. I'm creating in front of you multiple data sets as an example now. You also can create 10 records now. Sir, this is the gender column. In this, I'll have 3 categories or 4 categories. Or this is one more salary column. I will give small numbers. I will give this one. If decimals are there, what happens? Add some data as per your choice. Create some data set of your choice. And for that data set, now if this is the case, how I'm going to do the data cleaning? If this is the case, what I have to do? Just we are going to create our own questions. Task. What are the task is there now? That task, what are the questions are there that if you create, you are called as independent. If you don't create that one, you are called as dependent. Who will be dependent means the freshers will be dependent. Who has just completed the college now, those people still they'll be in the same track of sir has to give some assignment, we have to write that one. Sir will give some work for doing the in the night, we have to do that one. So these college students only will do like that. Normal people who are having off there, they'll do on their own. So here I'm not going to say anything wrong about the students in this class because most of you are freshers. I completely understand. Now here the point is you have to create some questions whenever you take a data set. Now tomorrow we are going to have, as I've told you, I'm going to share one task for you, that is complete data analytics with Python. I'm going to share you the task. Okay. Now after the class, I'll share you the task. And after sharing, okay. Okay guys, one more time. After the class, here I'm writing clearly. After class, I will share one task where you have to complete, where you have to complete, you have to complete the data analysis, data analytics project completely, complete data analytics project from starting to ending, from start to ending using Python. So you have to complete that data analytics project, data analytics with Python. So I'm going to share you one data set and business problem. That's it. You only have to do the data cleaning. You only have to do everything. And finally, you only have to perform the data analysis. Now, similarly, this is today after the class I'm going to share you. And tomorrow's class, as I've told you last day before yesterday's class, I have told you that I'll take the doubt clearance. Doubts, what are the doubts you are having? But yesterday, I have taken the subject and I went into the subject and I have introduced you the Power BI and everything, something. So tomorrow we'll have the doubts clearance. So today when you are practicing, obviously you'll get the doubts. Okay. So while practicing, once you get the doubts, wherever you are stopping or where you are unable to do, ask what are the doubts. Tomorrow we'll have the doubt session. Completely let us focus on the doubts. Day after tomorrow, that is Saturday. Now, whatever you have done on your own here, data analytics project with Python, same way, I'm going to conduct a hackathon. I told you earlier, I will conduct a hackathon, that is going to be day after tomorrow. Because all the steps of data analytics project is completed. Right? Next Saturday, again, hackathon will be there with data analytics with Power BI. One more Saturday, we'll have data analytics with Tableau. So I'm going to have this hackathon. Now, where, sir, what is the difference? This one also we are going to do complete data analytics. No, sir. Here also in the hackathon, we are going to do the complete data analytics with Python only. No, sir. This is, you are going to discuss with your friends. You are going to ask the mentors, your doubts. This is your practice. This is testing. This is not practice. This is testing you. In the exam, you should not discuss with others. In the lab, while practicing, obviously we'll ask the doubts. To the trainer, you can ask the doubts. To the mentor, you can ask the doubts. Anything you can do. But in the exam, what you have to do? What is the difference between practice versus testing? You know the difference, right? That is the difference. This is for your practice purpose. What are I'm going to share the task? Practice purpose. While practicing, if you are getting the doubts, miss, ask. There is absolutely not a wrong. It is not testing your knowledge now. It is practicing only now. You are practicing. Only thing is, before practice, revise. What are the concepts we have discussed in the class? First, revise them. Understand the concepts, not the example. Concept understand. After understanding the concept, then you do the practice. After doing the practice, once you are okay, sir, I'm okay with the practice. I understood completely the concept. I understood everything, miss, then I will test you. If you are okay, I will test you. What are the exam I'm going to keep is, when I will keep the exam, when you say that I'm understood that concepts or whatever you are saying in the class, I have understood, miss, exam will be there. If you say that I have not understood anything, miss, what is the use of conducting exam? Time waste. Is the point is clear, guys? So I'm going to share you like this. Now coming to the point, data analysis means first you have to frame the questions. Whenever the step 4 comes in your mind, that is after data cleaning, now what I have to do will be the question. Always this will be in your mind. Okay, in the data analysis, what we have to do, that is the question would be always. What we have to do is first create some questions according to the business problem. Earlier I asked for tips data set, create some questions now. Before my explanation, I asked first you to create. Do you remember that one? Same way. Same way, you have to create some questions. For your questions, you have to get the answers. Your answers are nothing but observations. For the freshers, sir, in the company, what happens means for the freshers who are really freshers, I mean, without keeping any kind of fake experience or anything, then automatically your seniors will support you for giving the questions. They will only tell, Array, these areas you work today, this one you complete today, something they'll explain for you. For example, if you are saying that I know everything, I'm an experienced person, if you give something like this, since you know everything, they'll only ask to do. Then automatically, some people who are keeping the fake experience now, those people will have the work pressure because they don't know what to do. They can't ask what to do. Now they'll automatically feel the pressure. If I ask miss, others will understand that I am not a experienced person. If I don't ask miss, what work I have to do, I will not understand. Now in this case, what happens is they'll start approaching other than in the company, outside people, they'll start approaching. And in that, some of the connections they'll get, if they don't get, automatical tension. When our team lead will ask the questions, when he will ask to show what work you have done, tension will start. That tension is called as work pressure. Why to keep fake experience? Why to give that type of things? Okay, so simple point is very simple, right? So when you say that I don't know anything, someone will help you. If you give the build up that I know everything means, okay, anyways, you know now, then why to ask? I know, but you also add something means none of the person will accept like that. Accept directly if you don't know anything. If you know everything means say that one at least. Otherwise, if someone says something, for example, if I say something, already I know na. Oh, already you know, then why you're asking? Hey, this one not that one, another one. If I say another one, whether you know or not know, how I can know? I will say another point. Before saying that point, how I can know that you know that point or not? Without knowing, I will say that point. After saying that one, I know this one miss. My time waste. Huh? So that is the reason in the companies, none of the person will give any kind of work like this. Either if person don't know any work means they'll support. If the person knows everything means they'll give the assignment. I mean, what are the work? Right? Here, important point what? Questions. Without questions, we can't work any project. First, we have to frame the list of questions. For each and every question, today some questions. Sir, only these questions, sir. Today, you do some questions start. After that, again, you will get some questions. Your brain will work now. While doing the project, your brain is not dead now. It is working condition only now. Working condition means obviously some additional questions will come now. One after one after one after one. Now today, whoever the online student is asking one question, do you think that the online student who are asking the questions in the chat box, do you think that they know this question yesterday itself? If they know yesterday means yesterday only they'll ask this question now. Yesterday didn't ask, today they're asking means today they got that question. Similarly in the project also, tomorrow you might get another question. Some questions you'll get today, some questions you may get tomorrow. Some questions you may get after some time while working additionally. Like that, some questions will be added. Every time the questions will be added. So like this, we have to create the questions. So see here, in my case, for what are the data I'm going to load now. Once I click on the load data, after load data, here what are the data I'm having. This is my data. First, let me explain you the business problem. What are the data set I have loaded? I'm explaining the business problem. This is a HR data. Okay, this is a HR data where a company is having in the two different locations like India and New Zealand, and they are doing the some kind of sales. Okay, and here in the company there different people are working, their names, their gender, age, their rating and date join, and in which department they are working and their salary along with the country. Okay, HR is having this data. Now, whenever there is a no projects in the company, whenever there is no projects, when they'll get no projects, suddenly today multiple projects are there, and next month no projects, when they'll get missed, if the previous what are the client is there, if he is not satisfied, he is not going to give that second project. For example, I have tied up with in my company, I have tied up with the 4 different people. Okay. And these people has given me the projects earlier, and I have done the MOU or something like that. And we have done some projects. After completing this project, one more time, these people will give the project or not, miss? It depends on the previous project, what you have performed. Whether you have asked extension, I want 1 more week, not completed. So one of my team member is not feeling well, so they have not done the work. My team member has went to the out of station. If I tell all these kahanis, second project will not get. That project will be completed finally because they have already given money and everything now. That is not in your hand now. But second time onwards, Arey Shivaram, I don't want to give any project for you. Why to give? Why to listen to your kahanis? Whether it is true or false, client doesn't want anything. He wants what are the work was given on time, you have submitted or not. If he also starts giving the kahani, hey, suddenly, for example, you are doing the late for 1 month, the project. And now he says that, sorry, SRK, actually I have to get some money from my friend. Suddenly my friend was not giving the money for me. I'll give after 1 year, miss. You'll accept, huh? For us, we want the money on time. For them, they also want the work on time. If you don't do the work on time, automatically what happens? Second time project will not come. So in the company, what happens means whenever the work is getting delayed, automatically project manager will start keeping some kind of additional pressure. Do this work in the home, do that one. Even Saturdays also come and work. They'll say like this. Why? Because the previous work is pending. When the previous work is not pending, nothing will be there. No work pressure will be there. Many people will say that in the IT industry, when we are working, some kind of pressure will be there. To my knowledge, when I'm working in the IT industry from last 10 years, I have never felt any kind of pressure. No one has kept any kind of pressure on me till now, from the day one, to my knowledge, because to the people I have never lied. That is, I'm having some kind of fake experience. I have never lied. And if I have not done the work, I'll accept directly that I don't know this one. I have never worked on this. So directly I will say that one. I will not, unnecessarily, I will not give the build up. I want additional money from you. I will not have that interest, anything. So what are the salary I'm getting? I'm happy with that. And I'm sure that in the next 1 or 2 years, my salary is going to be 100% more than 50%. What are the present salary I'm getting? It is going to be more than 50% in the next 2 years. To get in the next 2 years more than 50% salary hike, what are the things I have to do? I'm having that idea in my mind. I'll follow that process. This is the way I will work. So automatically I'm not having any kind of work pressure. So point to be noted is what are the work was given to you, work on time. If you keep the pending, for example, in your class, initial classes, you have not practiced properly. Now suddenly if you want to practice, miss, subject will become the more difficult one. Who are practicing from the day one, for them only it is going to be easy. Slowly, since you have pending work is more, now everything, now one day you have to prepare, miss, it will be difficult. Right? Now in the same way here, whatever the data was given to us during the layoff, whenever there is no projects, they are going to remove the people who are having the low rating. So in this company, some people are getting high salaries, but their ratings are low. I want to identify them. How? That is only work. So identify. So just check with respect to their salaries. Top 10 salaries. In each department, top 10 salaries. Or in the India, who are the top 10 people? In the New Zealand, who are the top 10 people? Within that, how many of them are getting with the rating, who are having the low rating or average rating or something. What are the ratings? I don't know. Internally, what is there? I don't know. So once we get the data set, first step, what we have to do? Data exploration. Now, so in the rating, what are the unique values are there, miss? How I can know? Unless I do the second stage, I don't know. So I'm in the fourth stage, miss. First, second stage has to be completed. So for this data set, what are the data set I'm having? First, I have to do the data exploration. After doing the data exploration, data cleaning. Then I'll finally comes to the data analysis. Now in the data analysis, my HR has asked the question. They want to do the some kind of layoff. Layoff means who are getting the very high salaries with performance low, they want to remove them. That is called as layoff. Okay. Sir, what is the high salary with low performance? Means according to their salary, they are not performing. They are getting the salary high, but their performance is not up to the mark of what are the salary they are taking. They are doing some work. Okay. Even every person will do some work, but that work is equal to what are the salary you are taking or not. That is important. Now, if the person is not taking the, he is not doing that sufficient amount of work, what are the salary he is taking, then automatically these people will be removed. Now, once these people are removed from the company, once they come out, do you think that those people will say that company has lay off me? They are going to say directly like that? No. Once these people come outside also, they'll say that I'm only looking for a change. Next company. They'll say like this. I'm looking for a change. Or now they'll say, Arey, that is far away, ra. But that company is very too far. Now I want to work in the nearby company. Okay, suddenly all these things they'll say. But actual fact is, okay, they have layoff. Okay, if a person is empty for more than 1 month, before to previous company to next company, in between 1 month gap is there, miss 100% it is layoff only. With no doubt in that. If sir, there might be he's looking for another company, some kind of additional hike or salary or progress or something now. Why you can't think in this way? Then he'll be inside that company only, and he'll apply for the jobs. And once he receive the job, any new job, he will work for the what are the gap 1 month or 2 months period will be there, right? That relieving period. That period he will work, and from that he will relieve from the company. And the moment he comes out of the company, within 1 or 2 days, he will join in the new company. For example, he has to relocate maximum 1 week. 1 week gap is okay. 1 month he is sitting ideal and 2 months he is sitting ideal, means in the previous company he has got laid off. Otherwise, none of the person will sit ideal. Okay, that is very simple point. One person 5 years work experience is there. Now he is looking for a career change or something, and he has came out of that company and he is waiting for 3 months. He is sitting ideal, miss not career change. Basically, they have removed. Now he has learning some new concepts and he's upgrading himself. Basically, layoff was happened. Basically, okay. This everyone knows in the IT industry. Okay. The point to be noted here is here this HR data. What are the HR data we are having? This HR data is used for doing the layoffs. Okay, HRs will who will submit for because HR will have the data set like this. But who will submit the report? Who are getting the high salary but rating as low? Who will submit that report? Miss data analyst will submit that report. And any person working on the HR data, that particular project is called as HR analytics project. It is called as HR analytics project, sales project. Like this, we are having the different types of projects, right? And in your resume, 100% one project should be from HR, one project should be from sales, guarantee. These are the top 2 domains of data analytics. Top 2. Third domain, you can select of your choice. Third project, your choice. As I've told you now, data analytics with Python is one project. Data analytics with Power BI is one project. Data analytics with Tableau is one project. Total 3 projects you have to write in the resume. Third one, your choice. 2 things are compulsory. One is sales, one is HR. Mandate. Third one, optional. You can choose whichever your favorite domain is there. Or some of the students might be from automobile. Choose from automobile. Right? Is the point is clear now? Now, so this project is clear first. What is this project is? HR data. They want to analyze the data and they want to have the analytical report. Now, here I'm going to create the questions. First, I have created the questions. So, question number 1. How many people are working in the each department? Sir, before to this, total how many people are there? Where you will get that answer? In the data exploration, shape. How many departments are there? How many unique departments are there? Where you will get that answer? In the data exploration. Right? What are the different, what are the, we are having the data? First, you have to complete the data exploration and data cleaning. And from there, we have to move on to the data analysis. Is that clear? Now, already time is 9:45. So now I'm going to take, instead of earlier I told you now here, I will take the doubt clearance session tomorrow now. Instead of that, here I will take the doubt session now. Ask what are the doubts you are having and you complete the data exploration on this. Why I'm giving the gap between this one is stage 1 I have explained, that is business problem. What is the business problem is HR wants the analytical report. Okay, stage 1 completed. My requirement I told you, he wants all of them, not only see during the layoff who is getting the highest salary. That is one of the question, but not only that one, I want multiple, like in the gender means more males are working or females are working, and in terms of what is the average age of the persons, and ratings, more in the company, more number of people are in the high ratings or low ratings, and how many people has joined in the year of 2020, how many people has joined in the year of 2021. These are all the multiple questions are there. For every column to every column I have to create the multiple questions. So these questions we are going to do in the tomorrow's class. Before to that, what you have to do is complete the data exploration. I told you what is data exploration means, exploring the raw data. So you apply here in terms of unique values, wherever the categorical variable is there, unique values, wherever you are having in terms of this called as what? Continuous variables are there. You have to apply the describe function and check the mean and median, minimum value, maximum value, all these things. Okay. And now here dollar symbol is there now. Dollar symbol is there, comma symbol is there. Now if you apply directly mean on this column, it will not work. So obviously you have to do the data cleaning. Now how you are going to do the data cleaning for this one? How you are going to convert this number into this number? Simply 1112 650. Sir, why to convert, sir? Very simple. Let's try and small example. Okay. So here I'm going to take the sum of this one plus this one. These two cells I'm adding. Now here you are going to get dollars with respect to 1,23,810, something like this, right? Now the same thing you try in the Python. The sum of this column. How to calculate sum is, you know, df of this particular column dot sum. Okay. Now what is the total salaries miss with respect to this is the money, right? Now you calculate the same thing in the Python. Now when you do the sum, automatically commas dollar symbol is there means it will throw the error. So automatically, because it will be considered in the object format. This is in the object format. Data type will be in the object. Not object, if you convert as int, it will not be converted because $1, 12, 650. This is in the string. This string, if you try to convert to int, it will throw the error. Now how to do? That is only your work. You only convert, you do the data cleaning and everything. Data exploration and data cleaning you complete today. Okay. In the tomorrow's class, fourth one, I'm going to discuss, if possible, you also create some questions. Some questions are created by me. You also create some questions on this data. I'm going to share you the data set and business problem now. You only start creating some questions. Or simply, let us assume this data set only take as a task. I told you that data analytics with the Python task I'll share you today now, this data set only. Okay. Two things will be completed. Your data exploration, data cleaning, everything will be completed. And you do the entire data analysis in Python using this. Same thing let us do in the Power BI. Okay, this one we are going to complete in one class itself. Tomorrow itself it will be completed. Monday will take another data set advanced. Let's move on to the next level. This is the basic data set, simple data set. From here we'll move on to the one more data set. Let us increase the dosage of the data set. Complexity. Is the point is clear? Now you can ask what are the questions you are having. Let's use this balanced time for your doubt clearance. What are the doubts you are having? Please ask each and every question. Both offline and online students. Whoever are having the questions, please ask. Okay. If no questions, I'm going to share this data set and everything for you in your drive now itself. So complete data analytics with Python. What is step one? Step one is business problem understanding. Business problem understanding is not by you, that is by me. I have to give the business problem. Business problem is not by you. Business problem, client requirement. Okay, client requirement is called as business problem. That is not by you. Step one is only by client. Remaining everything is by you only. Step one only is by the client. Client will give only the requirement. If possible, data set. For example, I am working for the ITC related hotels and they want to see there how many hotel bookings are there and which type of people are doing the more hotel bookings, from which place online hotel bookings how many, offline hotel bookings how many. These are the different requirements. Now I'm going to collect the data of ITC hotels database. Who has to give the ITC hotels database? Miss ITC only has to give me. How I can get from other sources? Company only has to give the database. They will give the database access to me, and once I enter into the database and I'm going to extract the data. After extracting the data, I will do the analysis. Is the point is clear? So this is data visualization with Python. In which I have added the Matplotlib and Seaborn. Now data visualization with Power BI. So just I'm going to add for you the some task. Okay. Here, what are the data set is there? This data set I'm adding in the task. So everyone please complete the task. Okay. What are the questions you are having? You can ask. If no questions, you can leave also. Not a problem. You can leave. Unnecessarily sitting in the class. Okay. Ask what are the questions. Use the time for your doubts. Ask each and every silly question also. Not a problem. And first priority I will give for the online students, followed by offline students. Okay. If online student, anyone typing the question miss, first I will give for them. Because here in the offline, I will be available for you. Even after 12 o'clock also, I'll be here. You can come back and you can ask anything. So just please, at the same time, you ask. I'm not saying that offline students don't ask. If I'm getting both the questions simultaneously, first I will give for the online students. Right? Now, Chetan, before Chetan, Rakesh. Sir, it is good if I include one machine learning project in the data analyst resume, since I know some basics of machine learning. That is your choice. I'm saying minimum. Maximum, no restriction. Minimum, I'm saying. Minimum. Rakesh. Maximum unlimited, no restriction. Anything will be good. You are adding more amount of subject means obviously it will be good. Sir, here we need to add all the steps that even includes the statistics plots too. Exactly. All the steps. Every step of the except inferential statistics, everything you have to do. Inferential statistics is exclusively inferential statistics project. That will not come under descriptive analytics project. Descriptive analytics project is different. Inferential statistics is different. Except inferential, you have to do everything. Chetan. How to frame the questions. So how to frame the questions means based on the given requirement. So for example, as from assume this is the project. From your point of view, think you are the HR in your company, people are working. Now, what are the things you want to analyze? If you are working, assume that you have started a company. Okay, under you, some people are working. Now, what are the things you want to analyze? One person or two persons means okay. Assume that 100 people are working. Now, think. Ask at least one or two questions. What will be in your mind? How many people are doing good? How many people are not doing good? Okay, one question. Next. How many people are working in the each project? Next. Multiple 100 people are there means obviously multiple projects will be there. In one project, some people will work. Oh, good. Next. Next question. Simple. Like that, you have to frame the questions according to the data. Is the point is clear? Like that, of course, when you start working on one project without asking others how I have to create the questions, assume that for this data set, if I ask you the question for this data set only, if I give a simple task for you, exclusively only for you, if you can frame 30 questions on this data set, tomorrow, now itself, I'll give the job for you. In the next 10-15 minutes, if you can frame the 30 questions, I will give instantly job. If I say like this, will you create or not? How you will create suddenly? You told now how to create the questions. You are only asking, and now you are saying that you will only create. How it is possible? That is the only one. We'll generally will not keep our brain what are the maximum power is there. We'll not use that one. We'll always try to depend because we want as a shortcut. But once you think of from that point of view, automatically you'll create. If you want trial and error miss, I'll show you now itself. Right? Done. Next. Coming to the next question. Rakesh is clear. Next, Rikshita. Sir, we should solely use the Python for analysis and we can use Power BI also now, sir, for today's task. No, exclusively whatever the work I'm sharing for today's task, do everything using the Python. Don't include the Power BI because I have not started the Power BI now. So please don't include. After Power BI, I will again share one more task now. I will only share one more task, right? Rikshita, exclusively work on the Python for today's task. Next, Sunil. Sir, we draw plots, but how to read or interpret charts by viewing it? So in every plot, three questions are important. I told you earlier. What are the three questions, Miss? For the given data, for example, here, what are the data was given to us? First, you create a table like this. Everyone, please create a table. This is only your interview question. Okay, create one table. In that table, write each plot name, histogram, box plot, scatter plot, what are the plot names are there? Write everything. Column 1 is plot name. And column 2 is for what purpose? What is the use of this plot? Second column name is what is the use of this plot? Third question is for which variable? Third column is for which variable? Okay, first you draw the histogram. Take the histogram. And what is the use of this plot? Means it gives the distribution of a data, how the data was distributed. And for which variable it has to be applied means one continuous variable. Only one, that two continuous variable. Next, box plot. What is the use of box plot? It gives the 5-number summary along with the outliers. It gives the 5-number summary along with the outliers. And for which variable it is applicable? Again, it is applicable for one continuous variable. Next, scatter plot. What is the use of this scatter plot? It is going to give the how the data was distributed among two variables and whether these two variables are directly proportional or inversely proportional, their direction. And for which variable it is applicable? Two continuous variables. Same scatter plot you can apply on the two continuous variables with one discrete variable. Like that you create one table. Plot, what is the use of this plot? For which variable? Now assume point number 1, histogram. Now what is the use of this plot? Means distribution of the data. Completed now? Now you are going to get the data. Histogram you are going to get like this. Now what you are going to observe from the histogram? Where more amount of the data lies, where less amount of data lies. If students marks is the column is there, I'm going to apply the histogram on the students marks. What I'll observe from that histogram? More number of students are getting from where to where. What is the range of students? More number of students lies. For example, more number of students are getting more than 90 out of 100. 90 to 100 more number of students are there. This is a very, very good batch where more number of students are getting between 90 to 100. For example, if very number of students are between 30 to 50 or 50 to 70 somewhere. Okay, where more number of students lies. Now your marks only is there. For that I applied the box plot. What is the use of box plot? Means I'm going to observe the what is the minimum value to what is the maximum value and between what is the median value. Along with that, is there any outliers? Any exceptional students are there in this class? In every batch, one exceptional student will be there. He'll understand every concept. He'll do more number of projects, everything. Is there any exceptional students are there or not? Or everyone or comes under same category? Means all the students are getting the 50, 60, 70 marks range. One student has got out of 100 out of 100. Considered as outlier. Like this. Is the point is clear? For every plot, we are going to have in that way. First, you should know what is the use of the plot. Then you'll understand what you have to observe from the plot. If you know that one answer, you'll understand automatically this one. Is the point is clear? Sunil. First, understand the importance of each plot. That same thing, whatever you have understood, importance of the plot is that one only you have to view. But that one only you have to observe in the plot. Right? Next. In the real-time project, ANOVA test, center limit theorem, confidence interval, hypothesis testing, chi-square test, all these things will be used in the projects. Or you just said for test like TCS and all, sir. No, in the real life, everything will be used. ANOVA test will be applied. Means based on the requirement, every project will not be the same. Na? For example, let's take an example like this. Now here I'm having only your batch. Assume I'm the fresh trainer in the Naresh IT. I have joined recently and I am having only one batch with me. Only one batch is there with me, that to your batch only. Assume, let's take an example. This is the case. Now in this case, what are the exams I'm going to keep? First exam marks I will get. And within that exam marks, whatever I'm getting now, I'm going to observe what is your average marks and everything. That is basic descriptive statistics. And along with that, I'm going to do the hypothesis testing, whether the students are getting the score more than 70 or not, up to here. Now assume if I'm having the multiple batches are there. Now, I do the same thing earlier, or now I'm going to do the comparison? Day after tomorrow, you are going to take the hackathon. Na? I told you hackathon just now. And you are going to sit and you are going to complete everything. Do you think that only your batch will be there? 10:30 batch also is going to join. Now for 10:30 batch and your batch, and some students are going to attend the offline, some students are going to do in the offline. And this hackathon, whatever I'm going to conduct now, I'm going to have the marks. I will share you the marks. Okay, most probably either on the Monday or Tuesday or Wednesday, somewhere. But I'll share you the marks. 100% each and every person I'll go through and I'll observe what are the work you have done. Right? Now I'm going to give the marks. Now I'm going to give the marks of 9 a.m. batch. I'm going to give the marks of 10:30 batch. Maybe from the 9 a.m. batch, 30 students attended. From 10:30 batch, 40 students attended. Assume. So then how you can compare 30 to 40 means in this also I'll take 30 only, there also I'll take 30 only. Random sample of 30 I will take from 10:30 batch also. Now two batches marks will be with me, two columns will be there, and I'm going to do the comparison. When this logic will come, when the comparison concept will come is when I'm having the two batches. Do you think every trainer in the Nareshite is having the two batches to do this project? If they are having only one batch, from where they will apply the ANOVA test? This is question number 1. Now, I want to check whether offline students are performing good or online students are performing good. Because from so many days, many students are asking the question, sir, to take this course, whether offline is good or online is good. Now, let me cross check with their marks, whether their marks is having any huge difference or there is no difference in the marks. When there is no difference in the marks, whether you attend in online or offline is also same. Interest only should be there. For example, if offline students performance is very high when compared to offline, I'm going to have, for this what test I have to apply? Chi-square test I have to take, because offline and online is a categorical variable. Okay. When I'm having the two batches comparison chi-square test, sir, when two batches are not there, only one batch is there, means only 9 a.m. batch is there. First column is marks, second column is offline and online, whether the student is offline or whether the student is online. Then I'm going to apply group by function. And I'm going to see the average score of the offline students. What is the average score of the online students? See, data set to data set. Everything I am only saying. Cross tab should be applied on the two categorical variables. Here I am having one column called as marks, which is continuous. One column is whether the student is offline or online. Instantly I have told you three different scenarios. One scenario I have not told without offline and online, only marks of yours. At that time, what I'm applying is in terms of central limit theorem and confidence interval, only one column is there. When I told you that like marks of 9 a.m. batch and marks of 10:30 batch, this is example number 2. For that, I'm going to apply the ANOVA test. When I'm having with one column of marks, second column of offline or online, then I'm going to apply the group by function. See, based on the scenario, one batch is there, two batches there, what data is there, only marks is there, offline is there, everything will be decided. Is your question is clear, Manjari? Right? It's all depends on the data and requirement. Next. Sir, I have doubts how to take the data from the SQL server or other platforms like that in the Python or Power BI. Manjari, other than syllabus, what are the content we are discussing now? You can connect with the mentor and you can ask the questions. That is additional now. That will not discuss in the class time, because other students will get confused. Now again they'll ask, sir, are we going to discuss this one also? Are we going to do this one also? For one student, doubt will be cleared. For other students, doubts will arise. So if I discuss out of the topic of the syllabus, so whichever is out of the topic, means which is not in the syllabus, you can connect with the mentor and ask the question, they'll help you. Sir, we're gonna do a project using the SQL. Yes, obviously I have shared you one data set related to IMDb data set in the class. Similarly, you can take one more data set and you can work on the SQL also. That you need to write in the resume. In the resume, don't write SQL project, because you're not the SQL developer. If you write exclusively SQL project means you'll be working on the SQL developer. No. So you are working as a data analyst means the project should include the end-to-end life cycle of data analysis. Okay, the project should be in that way. Now, sir, in the questions, group by and cross tab will cover maximum questions in the single code. So most of the times within the Python, we'll get with the group by and cross tab. Next, Sai Tarun. There are no openings on the data analyst is right. It is wrong, absolutely. If it is right, in the Naresh IT data analytics course, whatever is there, it has to be closed. Not only in the Naresh IT, in the entire world, wherever the data analyst course is there, it has to be closed, according to you. Right? Because when there is no job, what is the use of course then? Forget about Naresh IT. Wherever it is, type in the Google. Wherever the data analyst course is there is zero use now. Simple logic. When there is no job on that. Okay. Recently, last 10 days only, I have posted 5 jobs for the students, exclusively in the data analytics in other batches. Why I have not posted in your batch? Because we have not completed now. Without completing, how I can post? They have completed Power BI. They have completed everything. So I have posted there. Sai Tarun, is your question is clear? Done? Still. Vaishnavi. But sir, when we applied for the data analyst role, there is no interview calls. Again, here interview preparation is entirely different. In order to get the interview calls, what we have to do is a entirely different story. I will explain during the interview preparation stage. Now, see here. Let us take a simple example. For your understanding purpose, simple example which I'll tell in the 2 minutes. In this class, how many students are there? Both offline and online. Approximately offline students are 30 students are there in front of me. Approximately, not exact count. And online students are approximately 39 participants, out of which host and co-host, if you remove 37. 37 plus 30. Total count is 67. Okay, let's take an example. Now these 67 people, now if I share one job description in your WhatsApp or in the Google Classroom, all the 67 people will share the resume to the same company, right? This is clear up to here? Okay, now point number 1 is clear. Now, whoever the 67 students has shared to the company, 67 resumes are there. In this 67 resumes, the skills are common. I know data science. I know data analysis. I know Power BI. I know Tableau. I know SQL. This is common now. Anyone in this class will say that I don't know. All the 67 people will say this one only. I know SQL. I know this one. I know this one. Common. Now, what is the difference then? Out of these 67, how I have to know that this particular student is having the talent? How? You tell me. Exactly. By looking in the projects. Projects will not be the same now. Assume 67, every project also I only shared. Everyone has written the same project. Now, all the 67 resumes will be get, because it is considered as mass copying, or in the all the 67, if they observe that it is Naresh IT means, they'll assume that Naresh IT is selling the projects. None of the person will think that you have done. Everyone will knows that I have told that one because of course fees. You may not give separate money for the project. In the course fees only, I'm sharing the project. So everyone will think like this. Now, in this case, what we have to do? Person to person, what it is going to differ means project should be differed. Point number 1. Point number 2 is your certification. Certification means not Naresh IT course completion certification, which is paid one. Just by paying the fees, you'll get the certificate. Now, that is unimportant. Throw that one into the dustbin. Okay. Which one is important means write one exam based on that. And after writing one exam, you'll get one certificate. Now, that is important. whether you are having that certification or not. That is important. Now, in my resume, on the top, here I'm going to write my name, resume. Along with my name, bottom, what I have to do it. Below to my name, what I have to write? Aspiring data analyst. Aspiring means in this class, 67 people are aspiring all in us. So I'm going to write here, Microsoft certified data scientist. Now I'll ask a silly question. Whoever has applied for the jobs and who are not getting the interview calls, only two questions I'm going to ask. Okay, skills. What are the skills you are know that everyone knows? You don't need to tell me. This is not important for me. This is having only 20% weightage. In the resume, 20% weightage. Balance 80% weightage goes to the projects, certification, and what type of competition you have taken. Competition means not in the Naresh IT. Tomorrow's what are the hackathon competition is there? That is not important. Outside, some competition, real world competition. Sir, where I have to take? I will tell you now. When it comes, I will tell you now. Okay, that is the order. You are going in a fast way and you are expecting the interview questions now itself, interview preparation now itself, how to build the resume now itself. Miss, I can't do anything. As per the order, I know when it will come. At that time, I'll explain automatically. Whenever it comes resume building, I'll explain how to build your resume. And when it comes how to do, as of now, what was completed? Data analytics with Python. Complete one project on data analytics with Python. Don't think what we have to do. Think of how much strong in what we have completed. Always focus on how much strong in what we completed. Within that, how much we are strong. How much strong we are. Okay, how much subject we are having within what we completed. Always instead of focusing what will be completed, what next, what next, what next. Instead of that, focus on this. As of now, what we completed, data analytics with Python was completed now. Complete one project on that and create your resume project. Now, how to select a resume project? That is the question. Sir, I want to work on the resume project. That too, you are not going to share, because if you share means everyone will write the same project in the resume. Again, it is going to be a problem. So you are asking us only to select one project. Okay. Now how to select, sir? Very simple. That project should satisfy two requirements. Requirement number one, it should be a real-time project. What is meant by real-time project? With that, is there any use? Anyone is using that project as of now? Which companies are using this project? If I ask straightforward this question, you have to tell the answer. For example, HR data is there. Who is going to use this? Every company HR will use this one. In wherever the company is there, for that company HR is there, every person will use this project. Like that, you select any one project of your choice where it is who is going to use this project. Means you have to tell the answer. Who will use? Then answer is there or not there. This is first question. Who will use? Who will use this project? This is question number one. Question number two. If you type your project title in the Google, it should not give the answer in the first website itself. Then no one will think that you have done on your own. Everyone will think that you have copied from the Google only. Your title, whatever the project title is there, type that title in the Google. Whether you are able to get in the first website or second website or somewhere, delete. That is popular data. Popular data sets, none of the person will think that you have worked. Popular data already answers will be available. Everyone will assume that you have copied only. It should not be available in the Google, at least in the first 2-3 websites. Sir, it is available in the 30th website. Who will go to up to there? Not a problem now. At least your title should not be available. Directly, they are going to type your title in the Google. For your understanding, I'm saying, because we know as a data analyst, we know which type of projects which are regular and which are irregular. We know that one. So it should not be available in the Google. Like that, you select the projects. What is the common mistake by the most of the students why they'll not get the job means skills are given by the institute. Institute will train the skills. InShoot only will give the projects. And what are the projects the trainer has completed in the class? Students also will do the same projects as this. And certification is also InShoot certification. Course completion certification will be there. And these three will, they will apply for the job and their resume will not get shortlisted. I'm only saying now, if this is the case means your resume also will not get shortlisted. No doubt in that. 100% is guarantee. Is the point is clear? Everyone? Everyone is clear now? Vaishnavi, your question is clear? When you will get the interview calls means simple. Skills, along with the skills, projects, certification, and what is the competition you have taken. Sir, I'm not having the projects with me. What are in the InShoot they have given? I have done the same thing, miss. Never you will get the job. Right? Now, does Naresh IT provides the placement? Placement expense is there. Expense is there. We are going to share you the wherever the requirements are there. We'll share you the link and you have to apply. Placement expense is there. Nazma, basically these questions are the demo questions, not the subject related questions. Let's get into the subject related questions more. Swagat, what type of questions are typically asked during the interviews? The data sets or analysis or conceptual or definition based questions. Mostly it is going to be conceptual based. Means they are going to give one scenario, how you will analyze this scenario. For example, in this class, I'm having the students in front of me. If this, now what you are going to observe from the students. Okay, both offline and online students are there. These many students has joined the data analytics course. Now, what are the things you are going to observe? As of now, my observation in terms of when I ask the questions, I assume that more number of questions will be subject related, either SQL related subject questions. I mean, some queries, sir, I have executed this one, I'm getting error or something. I expected in that way. But more questions are what we are going to discuss in the future rather than what we have discussed in the class. Okay. So after Power BI, what project we are going to do, what assignment I'm going to give, you are asking now itself to me. What we have to do in the next week, you are asking. After that, whatever the next 15 days we have to do, you are asking now, rather than what we have completed. Okay. So here I'm understanding that one. My analysis is with respect to, okay, most students are interested on the future rather than, so automatically anyways future will come. After 15 days, course will be completed. After 50, certain time, Power BI will be completed, Tableau will be completed, everything will be completed. And automatically I will explain the projects you have to keep like this, and based on that which type of certification you have to take, I will explain everything. But at that time you will focus on the past. After once the future is completed, now you will focus on the past. Okay, now again subject, because certification will be completed based on the subject, competition will be completed based on the subject, and projects will be completed based on the subject. Again you will start now learning the subject which you have to learn during the class. You will complete that one at the end, because once you share your resume to the companies, you'll get rejected. Then you'll understand, okay, this is the reason. So now I have to add means again I have to prepare. You'll come now in the reverse order, which is the common mistake most of the people will do. Right? Is your question is clear? And most of the questions will be concept based questions only. They'll give the scenario and scenario based. And particularly for data analyst, whenever your resume got shortlisted, first they'll share you one assignment. One assignment they'll share for you. After sharing the assignment for you, after sharing the task, one task or assignment for you, after sharing that one, now they'll observe how much you have worked. And according to that, they'll schedule the interview. First step is your resume has to get shortlisted and you have to receive one task from the company. And you have to complete the task and you have to share the answer. After that, interview will be scheduled. And in the interview, most of the questions would be scenario based. Scenario based with respect to conceptual. In this case, what you are going to do. In this case, what you will do. Right? Swagat, is your question is clear? Seaborn and Matplotlib, which plot should be preferred based on the requirement? Subplots you have to do miss, obviously you have to use Matplotlib only now. Vaishnavi, in real-time projects, which is most used the tool, Power BI or Tableau or both? Now tell me in the real time, which mobile is more popular, Samsung mobile or with respect to MI or both? Who are feeling the Samsung as the answer? That is their perspective. Who are feeling MI? That is again their perspective. But if you go with the statistics, just type in the Google, what is the market share of the each mobile company? Type in India. Type after the class, type and see. Obviously, you get a pie plot only. Answer is pie plot. Okay, in the pie plot, it shows the percentage. Whenever the category and the percentage is there, it is pie plot representation. You'll see in the pie plot. In that percentage, automatically you'll see which are the top. Some companies are using the Power BI, some companies are using the Tableau. Which are top, they are using according to their requirement. Apply. What are the columns you want to include in that? Cross tab. They are all discrete variables only now. First, you separate only US category. DF of country is equal to US. First, you separate that one. Now, once the country was separated, one column was completed now. Balance only two columns are there now. Apply the cross tab now between the two categories. Now within the US only. Is the point is clear? Just you have to show me the data set, or you create some instant data set of your choice with some example. If you are having the data set also, not a problem. Sir, how to differentiate between morning, evening and night time column? So here you are going to write a condition. If the time is between morning, according to you morning, what is the starting time to ending time? Like a pd.cut function is there now? How you are converting a continuous variable to discrete category. Similarly, you have to first separate the Chetan. First in the column, what are the column was given to you, in that date along with the time will be there. First separate them. Date you separate, time you separate. Now what are the time you are going to get now? In the time column, now convert the time column into the discrete variable by applying the pd.cut. Right? For example, if you are having AM or PM, so wherever you are having the PM, replace the PM plus 12, add plus 12 for that. After replacing, now you get everything in the 24-hour format. Once you receive the data in the 24-hour format, whichever the data comes between what are the time, according to you morning means what is the morning, and according to you evening and night will be there now. You create the categories as per your choice. As per your choice. Clear? Done. Next, Mohammed. Sir, tips data set, we have done descriptive statistics and done the project. Then for which kind of data we'll use for the inferential statistics? What are the case studies? What are the business problem? Now, now I'm going to show you that how to load the data sets. Sorry, how to collect the data sets. So data sets you can get in the either by conducting the surveys, or some additional data sets you can get from the Kaggle. Website name is called as kaggle.com. Open this website and here you type with respect to data analytics project. Okay, or HR analytics. Simply go with the HR analytics or sales analytics. then automatically you are going to get some data sets related to this. See here, you are having in terms of Excel and the CSV files now. Select Excel files which are in the Excel. Just you are going to select this one, and here this is the about the problem statement, that is business problem. You are going to read the business problem. After reading the business problem, here you go and download the Excel file like this. Click on the download, and once you can download the Excel file, here you are having the all the types of files. What are the files are there? Click on the download. This is the download option, and here is the case study. This is the business problem. Okay, this is one of the example. Now let us go with one more. Just type here HR analytics, and here you go with the XLX or CSV, which are the H and this one. You select anything as per your choice. Whichever the data set you are interested, select any one data set of your choice. Okay, and read the question first. First read the question. What are the question is there? Read that question. Business problem will be there. And after reading the business problem, then data will be available, and click on the data, then data will be downloaded. If this business problem is not up to the mark, select any other thing. Read one more. So read the business problem about the data set and business problem and everything, and collect the data. This is one of the website where you can extract the data sets. Okay, here HR analytics, sales analytics, you can type like this, and here you can select with respect to CSV or Excel files like this. Supermarket grocery sales, data professional sales, fast food marketing campaigns, superstores, like this you are having within the market, within the sales. Which are the data set you are interested, select that one. Is the point is clear? In this way, you can collect the data sets from this Kaggle website, and one more website is called as UCI machine learning repository. Basically, it is machine learning data sets, but even you can apply the projects on the data analytics. Here, popular data sets are there. Don't touch the popular. Popular data sets are used for practice purpose. Resume based new data sets. Popular data sets don't use for the resume purpose. Resume, go with the latest data, new data sets. Which are the latest data are there? Select any data set of your choice. Multiple data sets are there. Sir, how many data sets are available in the Kaggle and in this miss? More than, for exclusively data analytics, more than 500 are available. In that 500, randomly you choose one and your friend will choose one. Make sure that you and your friend, you are not using the both same. Never it should be the same. That is minimum requirement. Because whenever I post the job requirement or whenever you observe any job requirement, immediately you'll discuss with your friend only, obviously. And you and your friend are sharing the same resume with the same projects, miss, and you and your friend both will get rejected. Okay, you and your friend, what are the resumes you are sharing now? Copy paste should not be there in the resumes. Every resume should be unique. Is the point is clear? Everyone? So like this, you can download the data sets of your choice. And in that, you apply the data analytics from the Kaggle and from the UCI machine learning repository. This you will do some other day. First, let us complete the what are the tasks I have shared. HR data I have shared now. Today, your work is data analytics with HR data. If you complete that task, tomorrow's class will be easy because you already completed 1, 2, 3 stages now. Automatically, fourth stage in the Power BI, it will be easy to understand. 100% it will be easy. Just give a try. Whoever the students are completing that data task of data analytics with Python task, what I'm giving for HR data, who are completing today, 100% you will find tomorrow's class is dead easy class. Right? Done. We'll continue in the tomorrow's class. Yes. No need. For data analytics project, you just ignore the skewness. Only for inference statistics, you have to transform the data. Exactly. If that column is more important for your project, but in that case, you are having the 30% of missing values, drop NA. Drop NA means only those records you drop. Record you have to drop. Because you are only saying that column is important. At the same time, you are only filling with your values, means then what is the use of doing the analysis? Whole data set, overall data set. Yes. That depends on the business problem. For example, as here in this class, let me ask you a question. Now students are there in front of me, data set is there. Now, what are the students? Their projects is one of the column. Number of projects, what are they have done, or what type of certification they have done, or in terms of skills, all these columns are there. Along with that, their father name is also there. In that father name, 30% of more than missing values are there. What I have to do? Is that important for me? Where it is not important, where it is important means for this particular case, it is not important. So assume, okay, let's ignore the father name. Anyways, it is going to be unique values only. So, sir, anyways, unique values will be same, no, sir. So, anyways, father name will be dropped. Okay, let us keep that one. At least your education column, BTech, BSc, MSc, something will be there now. In that, BTech will be repeated, or BSc will be repeated, or something will be repeated now. Now, whether that one is important for me to analyze now for my students. If you are from BTech means what I have to do. If you are master MBA means what I have to do. Is there any use? For example, you are MBA. Assume you are only MBA. You are MBA gold medalist. In the data analytics, you have not done one project also. Do you think that you will get a job? What I have to do with that gold medal? Throw into the dustbin only. Nothing use. At the same time, one person is completed BSc only, but he is very good at data analytics. Who can stop him? Your degree to get the job, there is no relation. Now in the degree, if missing values more than 30% are there, now should I fill them? It's all depends on the business problem. What are the questions you are asking to me? Multiple times I'll say the same answer. Data cleaning will be completely decided based on the business problem. That is the statement. That point to be noted. Yeah, others you can leave. If no questions, you can leave. Thank you. One minute. Let me